Hello and welcome to Super Rugby Round 2 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, a YouTube channel, podcast, a Twitter account and a web page as well, bringing you the best in rugby predictions and opinions. So yes, we had a bit of a soft start with Super Rugby last weekend with just the two games, with the Stormers beating the Jaguares and the Lions beating the Sharks. If you want to catch up on those, then check out my YouTube channel or podcast and have a listen to the Super Rugby Round 1 review, where Ryan and I go through both games in detail. So, into Round 2, and Australia and the New Zealand conferences join in, so it's a full round of games. Kicking off, we have the Highlanders hosting the Blues down in Dunedin, obviously indoors down there. Ben Smith looking good, back from his sabbatical. And I think the Highlanders have pretty much all their All Blacks available to them. The Blues, obviously with a couple of injuries, at fly half means that Gatland's going to be starting there. Can the forward pack give what is actually a decent back line, or quite an exciting back line, the front football they need? I think that's both sides should get some nice ball, but I think the Highlanders are going to win this one by 10. Next up, the Rebels host the Reds. So the Rebels, or kind of the Western Force, or the Melbourne Force, or whatever you want to call them, or Western Rebels. There's two camps in there, and from reports, they aren't getting on too well. So after some poor performances against the Brumbies and Waratahs in pre-season, it's going to be a struggle for them. The Reds, on the other hand, are an inexperienced bunch with an inexperienced coach as well. So how is that going to pan out for them? Obviously, they've had Carmichael Hunt's drug issues to deal with over the winter, and also Smith has been in jail in Japan as well. So, not the smoothest of off seasons for Brad Thorne in his first role. And I'm going to back the Rebels at home by 5 in that one. The Sunwolves then host the Brumbies, and the Sunwolves with Jamie Joseph obviously now in charge. And Brumbies also with a new coach, as Larkham has moved on to the Wallabies. Laurie Fisher is back as an assistant coach there. Sunwolves have brought in some overseas reinforcements, but already one of them has had to go home for family reasons, unfortunately. So that's going to weaken their front row. And I'm backing the Brumbies to win this one by 15. Brumbies generally are a well-oiled outfit and should be pushing for the top end of that Australian conference. Then we have the Crusaders versus the Chiefs. A lot of people have been saying, wow, this is a hard game for the Chiefs to kick off on. But the Crusaders are notorious for slow starts. They didn't do it last year, to be fair, but they have lost the Rebels in their opening game at home before. So in some ways, this is actually a good time to be catching the Crusaders, missing something like 4 of their All Blacks as well, 2 first-choice props, and Kieran Reid included. But they're still going to have a formidable scrum and a formidable side. The Chiefs, obviously, with everyone looking at seeing how Damien McKenzie will go at 10, and can Cooper, the new coach there, sort things out. We'll have to wait and see. It's not going to be all over done and told in this one game, but there's a lot of interesting stories going on here. I'm going to back the reigning champions Crusaders by 5 in that one. The Waratahs then host the Stormers. The Stormers who beat the Jaguares last weekend on tour. The Stormers notoriously not good tourists. Most of the South African sides aren't, but yeah, they're really not good tourists. Waratahs really need to get their season off to a good start, because they then go on tour to South Africa, so it's going to be tough for them if they want to get some momentum going. Generally, a side that is less than some of its parts. Can Daryl Gibson do better in his being the only coach in the Australian Conference to have stayed with the same team? And I'm going to back the Waratahs by 5, but I'm not expecting a huge amount from them. The Lions then host Jaguares. Jaguares obviously losing out to the Stormers last weekend. Basically look like their old selves, even though they have got Mary Ledesma as their new head coach. Ryan reckoned he saw a bit more structure and some improvement. I'm not so convinced. The Lions got that win over the Sharks, but they were rusty. There were lots of balls hitting the floor. They were not at their best. Again, new coach in there. I'm backing the Lions went on by 15. They should be pretty comfortable winners. Finally, the Vodacom Bulls host the Hurricanes. Mitchell's come out saying he's happy with how they're prepared, but he is running a youth policy there, and I think that's going to take a couple of years to come to fruition. And hence, I'm going to back the Hurricanes on tour to win that one by 7. Always have good old rugby chats. Let me know your thoughts down below. There should be my face about there. and a box up there. The face there means you can subscribe, and the box there means you can go on and look at my latest video. So please go and do that as well. I will be doing live post-match reaction to the Highlanders versus the Blues and also the Crusaders versus the Chiefs. So do subscribe to get updates about those and come and join me live as we talk about that. Also, we'll be previewing all these games in depth with Mike on Thursday evening at 8 PM New Zealand time. So again, join us for that as well.